Happy Tuesday. Thanks so much for joining me. I just want to take a quick moment and thank you all who have subscribed to my channel. I so appreciate you. I'm so close to 1,000 subscribers. So if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing to it. I'd really like to get to that 1,000 mark. I don't know why. It's just in my head. So anyway, thank you so much for viewing my channel. I truly appreciate you. So you may have noticed that I am running a special promotion during Sale-A-Bration. This is through me only. It's not through Stamping Up. What it is when you use this host code that I have listed here, and I'll have it also in my description under the video, I will send you a pack of 6x6 assorted designer series paper when you place a $50 or more order before shipping and tax. That's in addition to what you will receive from Stamping Up that you choose from Sale-A-Bration. So the paper that I'll be sending is all new, nothing retired. It'll either be from the annual catalog, the mini catalog, or the Sale-A-Bration catalog. And there were an additional 10 items that just were announced through Stamping Up. Those you'll need that special code to put those in, because if you use the code that's on the website, it will charge you the full price. So I will have that actually at the end of this video that will be posted. So stick around so you get all that information. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. All right, so let's get started with today's card. Today's card is actually a design that I had. I think I did this video a couple of weeks ago, but I changed it up and I used this gorgeous paper. It's Forever Love designer series paper. Isn't that beautiful, the shine on it? And I used several different stamp sets on here. I used Lifetime of Love, Notes of Nature, and So Sincere. Am I missing one? No, that's all. In this one, though, I'll be using all three of these along with Sending Smiles, because what I'm going to do is change this up and it will be horizontal or landscape. So let's get started. I'll set this aside here. And first, I've got only parts and pieces cut here because there's a lot of pieces, a lot of cardstock. First, what I want to do is I want to score my card base, which is just your basic card base, 5.5 by 8.5. But we're going to score this at 2 3/4. Close that. Make sure my cutting blade is out of the way, and the lighter blade is the scoring blade. So we're just going to score that, and then 7 inches. I guess I'll open up the arm. That's 7 inches. Okay, close that again and score. All right, and we can put the trimmer away because I've got everything already cut. Okay, so these are going to meet in the center. So what you want to do is you want to fold them down and make sure that they don't overlap. And these look like they're perfectly scored, which is really awesome. I don't usually do that. Sometimes they're always off by a hair, but I like to crease it with my bone folder. And then do the same thing on the other side. And I like to just butt them up against each other and then work from the inside of that crease to the outside. Okay, so there's that. We're done with that. So for my pieces, I'm using Very Vanilla and Pretty Peacock, and Forever Love is the designer series paper. So I have one piece of Very Vanilla, which is 3 3/4 by 5, and another piece which is 1 3/4 by 4. This will be the piece that we'll be doing some stamping on, as well as this piece. So we're going to set those aside for just a minute. And then this is just a layering piece, which is Pretty Peacock, 4 inches by 5 1/4. And we'll be putting this on the inside. And then we're going to layer the Very Vanilla on top of it after we do our stamping. For my pretty peacock pieces, I have, in addition, 2 inches by 4 1/4, and that will be going on the outside here. And then I have 1 5/8. I'm sorry, this is not 4 1/4. I'm sorry, this is 5 3/8. 2 inches by 5 3/8. So let me just fix that on there. In case you're taking a screenshot, you don't want to do that wrong. This is 5 3/8. All right, let's just measure that to make sure. 5 3/8. Okay. So 2 inches by 5 3/8. 1 5/8 inches by 5 and that's wrong. This is the 4 1/4 inches. I had these backwards. Just make sure. Yep, 4 1/4 inches. Okay. And that will be the layering piece to our stamped piece here. And then we have a piece of Pretty Peacock 1 3/8 by 5 3/8. That will go here. For the designer series paper, I am using this particular pattern, and we're going to go like this. So I just flipped it over. You can use the A side, the B side, or if you prefer, you can use the same side. So this is 1 3/8 by 5 3/8 and 2 5/8 by 5 3/8, or you can just cut this down 4 inches by 5 3/8. Okay, all right. So let's start gluing some of these pieces down that we don't have to stamp on, and then we'll do our stamping and our heat embossing all at once. All these pieces could just kind of like settle into themselves. I really love this design. It's just so versatile. You can use it for so many different designer series paper and stamp sets. Very versatile. I will link the last video I did, which has different papers, and that will also be, it'll probably be up in one of the corners. I don't remember which one I'm going to put it in. All right, so that is the inside. Let's put this on the outside, and let's do this. We'll put this here. Seems like my heat has decided to come on when I'm taping. We're back to being cold, but hey, at least it's sunny, so I'll take it. I don't think I cut that right. That does not look like it's cut right. Let's see. Did I cut that too big? Or did I cut these pieces too small? That might be the thing. That's right. That's interesting. All right, back up the bus a little. Let's take that off. Yep, I make mistakes. I do. I'm just going to put it on my craft mat here. Take some of the glue off. You know, you make these cards so that you guys could see them, right? And then you hope that you get it all right, but sometimes you don't. All right, so this piece needs to be, what is this piece? 2 5/8 by 5 3/8. Let's see what happened here. Well, it's 2 5/8, right? So maybe it's this piece that's wrong. Maybe I cut this piece at 2 5/8. I did. All right, so it's this piece that's wrong. The DSP is fine. It's the layering pieces that are wrong. Yeah, I see that. Isn't that weird? All right. You know, these measurements are incorrect. So let's, I just want to wipe off the glue on these pieces so that I can reuse them on another project. That'll just dry up. We'll set those aside, and moving right along. Lucky for me, I brought my pack in here. Let's see if we have some. This would probably work. What's the height of this? This is 5 1/2. Okay, so I'm going to cut this down to 5 3/8. Right? Is that what I need it to be? No, I need this to be 5 1/4. So I don't want to cut this down. Oh, yes, I do, because it's more than 5 1/4. All right, so let me just move this out of the way. All right, so this is going to be 5 1/4. No. Oh my goodness. I cannot think today. Five and 3/8. Which means this has to be smaller. Those are fine. These need to be smaller. 5 and 3/8. These need to be 5 1/4. So let me do that. Yes, okay. So it's the DSP that was too big. So 5 1/4. And we'll cut down the other side to, what did I say? 2 5/8 is 2 1/2. It's tacky, so 2 1/2. Where's my layering piece? I will have the right measurements for you. All right, that's better. So since we have glue on here, let's just put this down. So much for using glue with wiggle room. Won't be doing any wiggling now. It's a good thing I caught that, but I wish I would have caught it beforehand. All right, so there's that. This one doesn't have glue on it yet, so I'm going to cut this down to what? What did I say? 5 3/8. This is 5 1/4, I think, right? Yes. 5 1/4. And then just trim off to 1 1/4. Okay, we're back in business, guys. We are back in business. I hope you stuck around to watch me do all that silliness. And if for some reason you don't like this video, just skip it, okay? Don't give me a thumbs down. That makes me sad. Did you just see what I did? Oh my gosh. All right, you know what? We're going with it. It's all right. I wanted to flip that piece over to get the other side, but that's fine. We'll just go with it. We're going to go with it because I don't feel like cutting another piece of DSP. And because this video is probably going to be longer than I wanted it to be already. All right, so we're going to put that down here. At least I put it in the right orientation. There we go. I'm going to get this out of the way since they're somewhat wrong. I don't know. I don't even know what's wrong with them anymore. All I know is that they're wrong. All right, let's put that away. Okay, so I think we got all the gluing down. This is in, that's in. Perfect. All right, let's get to the fun part of this card. The stamping. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so we are going to... piece of scrap paper. First, what I want to just, let me just put this like this so I know that I am doing it that way. So I'm going to heat emboss this, and I need my Versamark ink, which is right here. Okay, and I'm using gold embossing powder. So we're going to stamp this up, ink this up with a Versamark ink. If you're not familiar with Versamark ink, it's this tacky kind of ink. You won't be able to see it when I'm stamping. But once I put the embossing powder on it, you'll be able to see it once it dries up, once I heat emboss it. I just want to put these on my... And then I'm going to... The bad thing about this is that you really can't see where you stamp. So it's kind of like, we'll hope it's in the right place, right? Okay, comfort and strength. I needed a thinking of you sympathy card, and I think this fits the bill perfectly. All right, so I've done that. Let us get our heat tool out and our embossing powder. I've got a very old embossing powder tray, which I just love. And Stampin' Up! Does have their essentials kit, or additions kit, embossing additions kit, something like that it's called. I have a paintbrush in here? No, why would I have a paintbrush? So with the paintbrush, I'm just gonna brush off these extra pieces. I'm gonna put a little bit more because it looks like I... And really, I shouldn't be worried about it too much because I'm going to be stamping it in the background. And those extra little bits of gold might just add to the card. But I don't want it to be globbed. Because my hands are shaky, it doesn't go in the places I want it to go. And I feel that when I'm moving the powder away, it ends up going in another spot. So here we go. Get something to hold this down. Heat up my tool. Yep. Nope, we still need that leaf a little. That should do it. Yep, there we go. Very nice. Okay, so now we're going to take our Wild Wheat ink pad, and I'm going to do a background. So I'm going to use this particular stamp here, which is really cool. I'm going to stamp it off once, then I'm going to stamp it, let's go this way, like so. And then we're going to flip the stamp around again, inking it up, stamping off, and stamping on. I think I want another one just in the center there. Like so. All right, good. Okay, and then we will use my favorites here, the splatter. We'll do the same thing with that. Ink off. Then we'll fill in the open areas. Got some open areas here. And maybe down here a little. Oh, I think I forgot to stamp off on that one. Oh well. I'll put that there. Maybe do another one right in here. Good. Okay. Right, isn't that pretty? I just love the way that looks. And I still need this for the inside. So that's the outside part, right? And then this is going to be the inside. And I'm going to stamp it in Pretty Peacock. the one that says, "You're in my heart and prayers." So we're just going to stamp this right in the center, about there. Very nice. And I still need this. Yeah, okay. And then we'll stamp this little flower image right here in the corner. Very nice. Now we can close up the pretty peacock. We'll use wild wheat one more time, and I'm going to use this hashtag, or I don't know, kind of like fibers, some sort of fibers. I'm going to stamp that off. And then we're just going to stamp this right down here in the corner. Doesn't that look pretty? I just think that looks so nice. I don't know why, but I do. Let's close this up, because you know what happens when you've got open ink pads. Get this out of the way. Let's put this on here. Okay, and then we'll put this one on the inside. Center that up. Now you certainly could add designer series paper on here and here, but I opted not to. So there's that. We'll close up our glue. We'll have some dimensionals. I'm going to put dimensionals. I just want to keep them up on top though, otherwise we're going to close our card. So I want to keep them right here. So I think 5 should do it. 4 and 5. And one in the center, and over here, here, here. Just make sure I got it on the right place. Okay, here. Then we'll take the backings off. We're going to take your pick tool, stab them. Doesn't sound too good, right? Stabbing them, but that's what I'm doing, right? Stabbing them off. Okay, then we'll put this up here. We'll center that about there. I'm sure that they're not, see, they're hanging off the back. So let's move this up just a tad. That's better. Okay, good. It's a little crooked. There we go. Very nice. And then we'll add some of our embellishments, our glossy dots. Put a couple of blue ones. Actually, let me get this little guy here. Okay. Put one down here. This paper is a little more busy than the other one was, so you really don't see them that much. I wonder if I should put them up here. I'll just put them up here maybe. Yeah, I think that looks better. And then I'll add another one. I was going to add the gold one. No, here. How about there? There you go. All right. And there you have it. Comfort and strength. Let's bring in the other one. So see, very simple. It's the same exact card design, but I just changed the orientation of it. And from portrait to horizontal landscape. So it makes it very easy to do that. Friends, I hope you enjoyed this. Like I said in the beginning, if you are not a subscriber to my channel, please consider subscribing. I am trying to reach to 1,000. It's a big number for me. And so I'd really appreciate it. And like I said, if you didn't like the video, don't give me a thumbs down. Just, ignore it. Okay? I'd appreciate that. And if you did like it, give me a thumbs up. Let me know what you thought. I hope you had a chuckle when I made that boo-boo at the card bases, not the card base, the DSP, cutting it wrong. Not sure how that happened, but it did. Friends, until next time, have a great day. Enjoy your week, and I will see you then. Bye-bye.